Everybody. So welcome to a new class, a class which I choose to mix two different styles. So I mix Vinyasa, something like a young practice where we heat up the body, especially today focusing on the hip area. And we will finish the class in Yin. So it's more cooling down practice where we relax the muscles, really letting go then all the build up tension in the muscle calming down, and also relaxing our nervous system. And I hope you're gonna like it. Let me know. And we're going to start in Baddha Konasana. And for this, you bring the sole of the feet together. They're touching. And you have something like a wide leg shape, diamond shape. So not pretty close, really a little more wider, far away from your hip. And you can place your hands on your thigh, roll the shoulders up and back and down, close the eyes, and really start sinking in the hips here. You might want to start wiggling the hips a little bit, moving them up and down while you're focusing on your breath. And really arriving here. Try to tilt your pelvis forward, not rolling back. Chest is lifted. Take a little smile up on your face, inwards, or pretty much smiling from one side to the other side. And then bring the feet a little bit closer. Bring your hands on the outside of your both feet. Grab them and like here, inhaling, pull your navel towards your hip. Knees wants to pull towards the earth, and your chest is moving forward, elbows back, and your pelvis wants to tilt forward. Holding this asana here for a couple of breaths. Really, it's like engaging, pulling the elbows back, and your shoulder blades are also pulling back together. You can even here start wiggling a little bit your hips if you want. And then release the feet. Bring one sole of the feet closer towards and then the other one, and grab with both hands the front side of your foot, and we will do some cat-cow movements in a seated position. For this, you round the spine, move your hip back, and inhaling forward, back, forward. This can go a little bit faster. Breathing through the nose. And the tilt comes from your pelvis area, warming up the lower back area here. And really, you could even do it without your arms, and there you see that the tilt comes from the pelvis. So you're using the muscle power from your core to move yourself back and forward. But for the beginning, you can also even use your hands. And release, stop, place the hands on your thigh, and we do some circles in one direction, but the circling comes from the lower spine area. Inhale forward, exhale back. And change side. Really, one side forward, other side back, one side forward, other side back. Really big circuits from the lower hip area. And stop. We will meet all in all four. For this, place your hands shoulder width apart, fingers spread wide on the mat. Bring your knees hip width apart underneath your hips. Press into the hands, elbows are straight. Pull your navel in, long spine. Press into the top of the sole of the feet. And inhale and lift your knees 2 centimeters off the floor. Keep everything where it is. Gaze down towards the earth. And 5 deep breaths. Pull the navel really in, strong arms. And slowly release them down. Tuck your toes under, lift your tailbone up towards the sky. Your first downward dog, maybe today. And from here, walk your dog. So pull one heel above the toes. Then extend your leg. If you have very short hamstring, keep your knees a little bit slightly bent. Push into your hands, lift the elbows, lift the shoulders away from the head. Tailbone crawls up towards the sky, navel in, and head goes back. Inhale, look forward, and exhale, slowly walk to the front of the mat. Keep your feet hip width apart or toes slightly touching, but let a little space between the heels. And from here, slightly bend your knees. Inhale, and arms over the side, rolling up. Hands above you, palms touching. And exhaling, Tadasana. From here, press the sole of the feet into the mat. Engage the legs, lift the kneecaps. Tailbone down, pubic bone up, but breastbone and pubic bone also wants to pull together. Engage your buttock muscles, roll the shoulders back and down. Head towards the ceiling, active asana. And inhaling, arms above you, guys towards hands, exhaling. Bend your knees or fold forward, Uttanasana, let the head drop. Inhale and lift your chest, Ardha Uttanasana, extend your legs. Exhaling, both hands on the mat, both 2 step backs into Palakasana plank. Hold it here for 5 breaths. Pull your navel in, strong arms. And inhaling, lifting one side of the leg 2 centimeters off the floor. Exhaling down. And the other one. Inhaling off the floor. Exhaling down and down. General version. So knees on the floor. Heels towards your buttocks. Bend the elbows on the body. Let the triceps work for 1 breath. Before lowering down, release the feet to the mat. Inhaling, roll the shoulders back. Cobra, Bhujangasana. And exhaling. Untuck your toes, press into the hips. And Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Pull your navel in. Shoulders away from the ear, press into the hands, really pushing the tailbone back towards the ceiling. Slightly inward rotation up there. Upper thigh, lift your kneecaps, engage the quads. 2 more breaths. And inhaling, lift the right leg off the floor, keep your hip square to the short side of the mat. And then bend the top leg, open the hip to the side, but keep your upper body square to the front mat. Push into your hand. And we will do now circles. From here we go into plank, bring the right leg outside of the right elbow, then bring it to the left elbow and move back and move the hip back. Open the hip to the side. And 2 more circles. Inhaling, plank. Right elbow, left elbow, and back, up. 2 more rounds. Inhaling forward. And exhaling. And the last round, inhaling. Big circuits on the right elbow, to the left, and back and up. Extend your leg. Inhaling, push into the hands so everything is straightening, and exhaling. Bring the right foot forward between your hands. Releasing the back knee on the mat. You might want to place a blanket underneath your Left kneecap, pull the knee a little bit forward, that the patella moves slightly back. And from here you push into the front leg. First bring yourself back up. And tailbone down, pubic bone up. And feel the stretch on the front side of the psoas of the left side, really pulling the hip forward and also up. Keep your hip level. And inhaling, bring your arms back up, interlace the thumbs. And exhaling, bend the elbows and pull them back. Inhaling, lift your chest a little bit more. And exhaling, inhaling, extend your arms, keep your thumbs interlaced. Exhaling, release the hands, lower the hands down. And from here, move your hip back, half split, hip above your knee. And lift the toes towards the knee. You might walk your hands with you. Feel the stretch on the back side of the right leg. Keep your hip in the middle. And from here we go a little bit further. So we walk the hands back. We sit back on the left heel. Extend the right toe. Point the toe. And you move your sit bone back, but your chest is upright. And inhaling, move yourself back up. Mat. Hands on the mat. Step back into Palakasana. Place the blanket on the side. Inhaling, Chaturanga, halfway down. And exhaling, push yourself back up. Inhaling, halfway down, Chaturanga. Exhaling, push yourself back up. And full version, inhaling, lower yourself down. And roll above your toes. Exhaling, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Press into the top of the sole of the feet. Chest is open. Engage your legs, strong arms. And inhaling, roll above your toes. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Stay here for 5 breaths. Before we change to the left side. Push into your hands. Lift your elbows. Kneecaps are engaged. And inhaling, lift the left leg off the mat. And exhaling, stay here. Keep the hip square to the front. Then bend the top leg, open the hip to the side, but keep your upper body parallel to the shorter side of the mat. And we will do here on this side also 4 circles. So in, roll forward into plank. Left knee to left elbow. Left knee to right elbow. And from here in the twist, back. Lift the knee. Open the hip again to the left side. And forward. Left. Right. And back. And up. Engage everything. And forward. 2 more. Very good. And back. And roll above your toes. Bring the knee forward on the outside or the left side. And to the right side. And back. And up. And the last one. Open the hip. Roll above the toe. On the left elbow. Right elbow. Back. Keep your core engaged. And from here, inhaling, come forward. Step the left foot forward. You might want to place the blanket underneath the right knee to support your kneecap. Pull the right knee a little bit forward, that the patella is moving back. And from here, first bring yourself back up. Right hip moves forward, left hip moves back, and also pubic bone up, tailbone down. Press into the back side of the foot, front foot. And from here, inhaling, bring your arms back up, interlace both thumbs, and exhaling, bend the elbows. Inhale and lift your chest up. Feel the stretch on the front side, but Keep your core engaged, pubic bone is lifting. And exhaling. Release the hands, lower them down. Half split, move the hip back above your knee, but stay square in one line, knee, hip. And extend the front leg, toes pointing towards the knee. Feel a stretch on the back side. Keep your front side active. And from here, sit more back. Sit on the back right heel. Walk your hands back. Point the left toe towards the front of the mat. But your breast is moving also forward. Pull your shoulder blades together. And from here, very gentle and slowly inhaling, walk yourself forward, untuck the back knee, place the mat blanket on the side. We all meet in Palakasana plank, strong hands, strong front side. Really pull your navel in. Crown of the head is moving away from your heels. And inhaling, halfway chaturanga, elbows alongside the body. Exhaling, push yourself back up. Inhaling, one more. Exhaling, push yourself back up. And inhaling, full version. Exhaling, roll above your toes. And exhaling. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Two more breaths. And from here, lift the right leg off to the ceiling and then bring the right knee forward in the middle, Gomukhasana. Bring the left knee behind, pull them together, grab a block or a book, and start slowly sitting back. And you might want to sit on a block, but make sure that both sit bones are touching the ground. From here we will stay in this asana about 3 minutes. Keep both feet active a little bit. And from here, if you want, and it's accessible for you, you can bring your hands on the mat. And lowering very gently your upper body forward. Feel the stretch on the outside of your upper thigh. If you want, you can close your eyes. Relax every muscle which is not needed. In Yin we go usually on the first resistance of our body, the physical resistance, and on a stress level from 1 to 10 you just choose to go until 4, 5, 6. And from there you let the gravity and time work. Let the muscles start to releasing tension, to open more, that you can surrender deeper into the Yin asana. There is no act of pulling or holding anymore in Yin. It's really calming down, let go. We stay for 1.5 other minutes. Feel free to adjust the asana, see where you might have uncomfortable feelings, very sharp feelings probably in the front side of the hip area. So then sit a bit more upright. If it is too much, on the stretch on the back side, so that it feels like that you're straining the muscles, then you might want to release the lower leg extended in front of you and keep the upper leg winded, that both knees are top, and release it from there. Very gentle and slowly walk your hands closer towards your body, sit more upright, walk your hands behind you, lift the feet off the floor, gentle unwind your legs, place them a little bit more than hip width apart or mat width apart, windshield wiper. Slowly let them roll from one side to the other side, releasing any kind of tension in the hip area, external, very heavy external rotation of the hip. And there's another side to go. So let's wind the legs together, roll above your heels, unwind, and then bring the left knee forward. And from there, tuck your right knee behind. Try to bring both feet away from your upper thigh and walk yourself back. And you might want to grab a block or even two to sit on it. The main goal is here that definitely both sitting bones are reaching even the floor. And for me, always my left side is more tight, what has to do with, well, I have quite arthrosis on the left side, and also I have hip dysplasia, so my left hip isn't same even like the right one. So, and that's why not every asana posture is even accessible for you. For me, for you might be the same. So that's why not forcing yourself into the asana and just accept where it is for you today. Definitely in yin, but even in the yang practice. So, and when you find your first resistance of your body, start releasing any tension there, start loosening up the muscles. Probably this side is that you just stay upright, sit upright, shoulders are away from the ears. You can also close your eyes here. We will stay here another 1.5 minutes. Or might even might be way more comfortable for you this side, that you might even extend one leg forward and that you just have a half Gomukhasana, half shoelace would be the yin asana name for it. So choose what is accessible for you today and this morning. Choose what is not hurting you, any aching or pinching or very severe sensation in your body, thumb sensation you definitely want to avoid. And very gentle and slowly. If you had your hands on the ground and were rounded in the upper spine, bring yourself back up, upright. Bring the hands behind you, lift the knees, unwind your legs, place your feet a little bit more than mat width apart, and slowly start winding the knees, the legs from one side to the other. And windshield wiper, very gentle movement here. Pratikriya, it's a counter asana to release the tension. So for the next one, we will place the blocks and everything on the side. You might want to have them just very handy. Straddle Upavishta Konasana. And for this, you extend both legs until your first resistance. Try to make sure that your lower thigh, lower body is not rounded, that you're not having a posterior tilt. If it is so, then definitely help yourself with a blanket. Placing a blanket like a wedge behind you, sit on it, wiggle your pelvis forward, but naturally all of a sudden you have a forward tilt in your upper body, right? So that you're not hurting your lower back area here. So, and from here on we will combine this inner thigh stretch with a twist in the upper body. For this you might want to have your 2 blocks. We will stay 3 minutes on each side. Place the blocks on whatever leg you choose before, probably like me at the moment, the right one. And from here you sit upright, inhaling, lift the spine, and you're exhaling to the right side. And from here you might want to move yourself a little bit more forward. Take the blocks and adjust them on the level what is accessible for you. You try to make sure that both sitting bones are staying on the ground. You also and from here we will stay 3 minutes in this asana. You're allowing yourself over time to lowering yourself probably further down, but give your body really the time to release tension, to let go, to open up. So, and place the elbows probably on the blocks, on the lower level or on a higher level, what is accessible for you. I might even after a while, you want to place the blocks to the side because you can touch with your lower arms. Close the eyes and have a little active tilt in your pelvis, a little bit more forward, that you're not pulling back to the right side. So it's really a little super tiny active one forward. And all other kind of muscles which are not needed to hold you in this asana are free to go, to let go. Feel the stretch on the inside of your upper thigh. Also the stretch on the left side, lateral side of your upper body. Relax the jaw, any facial muscles. We're staying here last minute. Very gentle and slowly lift the head. Walk your hands very gentle, slowly to your upper body. Sit upright, move yourself forward with the upper body. Then bend the knees, help lifting the knees with your hands placing behind you. Windshield wiper, let the knees drop from one side to the other side. Very gentle, some moves here from one side to the other side. There's no need to rush, there's no need to hurry or to using any muscles which are not really needed right now. And then extend the legs. And let's move to the left side or other side. Right, grab the blocks, choose your height, and use the same like what we even had in Gomukhasana shoelace. So because we are targeting both sides separately, it might be that you experience that one side is more open or more tight compared to the other one. And that's totally fine. So really find again here your first your resistance, your edge. Try to keep both sitting bones on the mat. Rotate the upper body to the left side or to the side which you haven't done before. And from here you start lowering down. There's a little pull in your pelvis what moves you a little bit forward, that you're not tilting back with your sitting bones on your sitting bones, right? That's the only little act of one here. And we'll also stay here for 3 minutes. And feel free to choose your height of the blocks, what is accessible for you. As lower you down, right, as more tense is getting the asana. It's fine that the spine is rounding here. Make sure that you have no severe sensations like pinching or aching or thumbness, especially here around the hip bone area. Or some people might even have severe feelings in the inside of their kneecaps. If it is so, then bring your feet and legs a little bit closer towards each other to take out the extreme stretch here. The same as with the rotation of the upper body, more the breast area. So when it is too much, what you feel here at the moment on the right side, on the latissimus area also, then also don't rotate that much, or might even just sit upright and rotate a little bit. So as more you rotate and fold forward, as more intense it gets. So we stay here for another 1.5 minutes. And very gentle and slowly bring yourself back up walk the hands towards you. Rotate the body back into neutral position, looking forward. Place the blocks on the side. Bring the hands behind you. Bend your knees. Maybe you want to help with your hands. And again, windshield wiper, taking out any tension, what maybe has shown up in this external rotation, and what more really targeting the inner thighs here. The next one, we will combine the swings, what is more, when you use it in yin yoga, it's more very focusing compression on the lower spine area, and also on the other side you are lengthening the stomach muscles. And then later on we stay there just for probably a minute or so, and then we will switch to Ardha Bekasana. So we have kind of it, so we're bending one leg after the other one to support, to target the quadriceps area of our body. So for this, we're going to move down and lay down on our belly. And here is definitely important to know that when you're on your belly, you might want to first try to rotate your knees outward and the toes are pointing outward. We make it a little bit different. And maybe first just placing both hands on top of each other and release the forehead down to it, wiggling your hip from one side to the other one. And for the swings, we will compressing the first to second vertebral lumbar area here. And this is often really intense for people. And when you feel there any kind of sharp aching sensations, don't go too deep into the asana. So just go where it is comfortable for you to stay for quite some time, right? And for this, extend the arms forward. Keep your plant your palms on the ground, shoulder width apart, and from here you pull your elbows back. So in the full version would be having your elbows underneath your shoulder blades. But what you will see is all of a sudden what happens, that you're pulling your chest forward and up, and your shoulder blades together and down, really together and down, and holding them there. Your pubic bone wants to move up towards the short side of the mat, and tailbone down, away towards the feet. And there might all of a sudden you feel quite something on the back side of your lower back area. And like I said, if this is too much, so really like it is sharp aching sensations, so then bring the elbows a little bit more wider and lowering yourself down and stay here, right? That's also completely fine. You definitely want to avoid any kind of sharp aching sensations or numbness or whatever in yin yoga. You might want to try to relax the feet, the legs, might even buttocks, and breathing deeply into the lower abdomen area, breathing the abdomen towards the ground. Opening here the chest a little bit, and try not to fall into your shoulders. There's just little active move of really little tiny one, pressing down the palms into and the lower arms into the mat, and pulling your shoulder blades down towards the spine. Just really tiny active move. All other muscles try to relax. And from here, bring your knees together and your feet together. Elbows out wide and lowering down a little bit, and start wiggling your hip from one side to the other side. Releasing a little bit of tension, what might was there, and then you bring the left arm parallel to the short edge of the mat, and you pull yourself like a 45-degree shape up. And you're bending the right leg, grabbing with the right hand your right foot, and you pull, relax the buttocks muscle and everything, and you're just slightly pulling the heel towards your buttocks. And give it a little push, just a little tiny one, into the left elbow, that you're not sinking into the left shoulder. You might even can try bring the elbow forward and bring the forehead onto the lower arm. We stay here for about a minute. And start relaxing the buttock muscles. Calming down the breath, breathing into the earth with your lower belly rising and falling. And very gentle and slowly stay in this shape and just move your feet a little bit more to the side. Change the position of a stretch on your upper thigh. Slowly release the feet down. Bring the right arm on top of the left arm. Forehead on both arms. Bend both feet. Bend the knees and let the feet drop. Wave and smile, wave and smile. The back side, windshield wiper from one side to the other side. If there's any tension left in the lower back area, release it on this. And slowly bring them back. Change side. Right arm is parallel to the front side of the mat. Knees are together. Bend the left foot. Grab the left foot with the left hand. And lowering down, and stay here for another minute. Then slowly walk the hand to the toes and slowly start bending, pulling feet to the outside, very gentle and slowly of your left hip. Change the stretch on your upper thigh. Keep your eyes closed, jaw relaxed, forehead relaxed. And very gentle and slowly release the feet down. Left lower arm on top of the right lower arm, forehead unite, and bending the knees, and let the heels drop. Wave and smiling from one side to the other side. Release the feet down, bring the arms underneath your shoulders, press yourself back up. Hips above your heels, knees spread wide, feet together, arms extended forward, maybe forehead on the mat. Balasana, tap bow, wide leg, child's pose. Stay here for a couple of breaths. And lift the forehead. Move your weight forward and tuck the toes under, knees together, and find your way into Shavasana on your back. You might want to place a blanket underneath your head if you have to, or cover yourself with it. Rolling yourself gentle, vertebra by vertebra down onto the mat. And from here, bring the elbows close towards your chest area, lifting the chest up, breastbone, opening shoulder blades together and down, and then the releasing the arms down, palms facing the ceiling. From there, extend slowly one leg after the other one, a little bit more wider. You might want to move your hip in gentle 8 circles, a couple of times. Relaxing the jaw. Make some circles there. And we will engage all muscles just for a couple of breaths for you, and then release it all of a sudden. So inhaling. Hold every muscle tight. Release. Shavasana. Take a couple of deep inhales and exhaling. Exhaling through them, open mouth. Inhaling. And again, long exhale through the mouth. Let the breath now flow freely. Sink more down into the earth. Let yourself carry by Mother Earth. Allowing that the shoulders sinking more deeper to the ground. Everything is flowing from the side of your rib cages along towards the earth. Relax all digestive organs, belly, stomach muscles, tension in the hip area, pelvis, upper thigh muscles, lower thighs. your wrists and ankles, toes, fingers, thumb. You might even open your mouth slightly, that the jaw can even be more relaxed. Let the eyeballs roll a bit more deeper in their eye holes. Release any kind of little wrinkles around your eyes, eyebrows and your forehead. And stay in Shavasana as long as you want, as long as you feel like. Give yourself very proper rest, a gentle rest before getting on your day today. And then when you might want to finish your practice, you might just want to sit a little bit upright, in a very comfortable upright seated position, your choice, like Sukhasana, cross-legged, Siddhasana, or Vajrasana. Closing the eyes from here for a moment, placing one palm after the other one in your lap, thumbs touching. Bow your head then towards your chin, and just stay here for a couple of breaths. Bringing the attention inwards, checking through your body, what has changed, how you feel, especially how feels the hip area, pelvis area. Is it a little bit more loosey-goosey or still tight? Is there a change? Is it more even one side to the other side? And hopefully I see you very soon again. Bring the palms in front of your head. Anjali Namaskara, bow your head. Namaste.